Now, moving on to the next page, the services page. You need to be able to list your services. Now, whether you want to include your prices on there or not is entirely up to you. However, if you do, please make sure that they are listed clearly. Also make sure that your services are listed clearly, what is going to be involved within the service, because again, it helps to eliminate all those procrastinators, folks. At the end of the day, we don't serve everybody, and those who are hitting a few points on our criteria list, we want to make sure that they hit as many as possible before they actually jump on a call with us. So how are you going to help them to do that? Well, help them to understand, look, these are my services, and this is actually how I help people, and I take it very, very seriously. So you want to make sure all your serious buyers, your potential buyers, are knowing and understanding these aspects as well. Now, if you don't want to share your prices, that's entirely up to you. However, why not list out your packages in a silver, gold, or even bronze level? What are your different levels to help them to understand the entirety as to, oh, okay, if I get this silver package, I'm going to be getting these included. So I want to make sure that I speak to Tan all about the silver package. And the fact, do you know what, maybe I need to make sure I speak to Tan about the gold package, because this is really what interests me. Essentially, folks, you're trying to help them to understand how you can actually maximize a conversation or that initial call with you off the back, okay? And also it's proof of service as well. It's proof of as to actually how you can actually do what you do and what it all includes. So it's another additional element that's actually working in your favor. So think about that part. Now, this last part, sadly, not many people use it to their advantage, or sadly, not many people have it on their websites, would you believe? Now, the call to action or your contacts page is the final step on the website page. I say final, it's actually not the final part, and I'll tell you why in a minute. It's the stage where you want somebody to start moving, where you want them to take action. It's called call to action for a reason, right? So people aren't just here trying to find out about the information and just to go, see you later, goodbye, I'm not going to see you again. No, you want them to move. You want them to move forwards. So get them to understand, how can they move forwards with you? Is it by way of asking a question on a contacts page or a form field? Is it by way of making sure that they give you a call? And I'm old school, so I do this a lot. Always giving a call, right? So is it by way of doing that? How do you want them to make sure that they are actually going to do something about what it is they're doing, or what it is that they're researching? Or perhaps, do you have a resource, a free resource that's available to them, or by way of them just entering in a few little details and then you firing over some key information to them to help them to understand things even more so? These key stages are important for your viewer to be able to understand that you're not just about giving information, you're about taking action. You're about helping others to move. So how are you going to help them to move? By way of your contacts page. Also share on your contacts page, your social handle names, all that kind of stuff. More specifically, nice, easy links for them to just go ahead and press and just be able to take them onto the next stage of your journey. Whatever that point of call is, whatever that call to action is, make it super, super clear. Give them ways to be able to find out even more. The journey doesn't just stop here at the website. The journey continues. Help them to understand that. Now, I mentioned that the call to action page wasn't technically the last page or the last thing that happens, more specifically. These next two things, they're typically thought of as the afterthought, or just like, they're just there type of thing, or maybe just a way to navigate through the website. Now, yes, technically they are doing that. However, they're also providing extra bits of information that a lot of people tend to overlook. I'm talking about your header and your footer. Now, when you address the header and the footer properly, you'll actually start seeing different types of responses, or even different types of response rates. Simply because, as you know, especially as a business owner, especially as a brand awareness builder, time is of the essence, right? So how are we making sure that we're helping others to just get there, get the information that they need, move on, and at the same time move forwards quicker? We do that by way of the header, number one. Your header not only encourages a way to navigate through your website, it also provides a very clear-cut point of call just to understand how I can make a phone call to you, how I can literally email you, and equally what I need to do next, or even do something else, or even get your resources super quick. Your header is a super cool summary that a lot of people tend to just push to one side and just think it's like another feature that doesn't really get looked at apart from just the navigational aspect of it. No, think about user interface, folks. And when I say user interface, I'm talking about the experience that you want your user to have. What is that journey that you want to take them on? What is that thing that you help your viewer to understand and say, oh, brilliant. Right, they've got a really cool point of action that just lets me get straight into the process. So let me go for that. Versus your footer. Your footer, yes, acts as a summary. It gives literally the different types of pages that you may have on board, right? When I say on board, I'm talking about your website. All the pages that you've got included within your website. Make sure you're hitting key specific regions, by the way, folks, especially if you are based within, for example, for me, I'm based in the London area. However, where are you based? Are you based in this key specific region, but then are you letting others know just how far out you can actually travel or your service actually serves? Help them to understand the regions that you cover, because a lot of people, once again, folks, they do not do that. So the services, the areas that you cover, all these kind of things need to be addressed. Not only within your website, but equally in the footer, address what that is or where they are. Keep it summarized, however, also showcase as well your opening hours. Also showcase your location, because people want to know. People want to know, wait, is this person actually real, or who am I actually speaking to? Or again, as you all know, we're in the land of AI, right? So give yourself a point of region. People want to see or know and understand how connected am I, or how near am I to this person. It just adds a sense of reality to them, and it adds a sense of direct location, and it adds a sense of reassurance, even more importantly. So I'm going to leave it there, folks. Think about how all these pages can relate to your business, can relate to your service. Think about how all these pages can relate to even your personal brand. And equally, also think about how all these pages can make sure that you are talking about what it is that you do, and equally why it is that you're doing it, once again, to the entirety that helps your customer to move forwards. Help them to move. So, folks, I'm going to leave it there. There's a lot that I've covered there, but I hope that that gives you some concise information as to how you actually now go off and design your website. Even if you have a website currently, go back and re-listen to this video and actually think about, are you addressing these key points within your current website? Because if you're not, I would strongly urge you to go back and actually start addressing them. These are key things that, depending on the time they're actually watching this video as well, that I'm actually addressing into my own website. And I've even recognized my website is not functioning it to the best of its ability. So there are key things that I'm going to be addressing to make sure that it does. Also, if you do have an existing website, please make sure that your links work, because it's all about reassurance when it comes to your website. If you have things that don't respond well or react well, they act as distractions, meaning the reassurance levels go super low. We don't want that to happen. We want to make sure that all viewers who are coming across your pages, who are coming across wanting to find out even more about yourself, do exactly just that. They keep focused on the job at hand, and their job is to wanting to move forwards, more specifically moving forwards with you. So I'm going to leave it there, folks. I really hope that this video resonated with you. Please make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and equally share it with somebody else that you feel could really, really resonate, or even take and learn from a video just like this. So, and I promised you beforehand, I'm going to be sharing with you some key principles. Now, in order to be able to access these key principles, all you have to do is literally just go ahead and click on the link that's underneath this video. It's very nicely indicated for you. When you click on it, you're going to be asked some information which you're going to need to put in order to be able to get these principles fired over to you. Now, as soon as you get that information, go through what I've shared with you. These are key principles to be able to take you from understanding what your brand should be about, who you should actually be talking to, who are the people within your people pool. Once you read what I'm going to be sharing with you, you'll understand why I'm calling it a people pool. But equally also understanding what it is that it will take to make sure that you are addressing your values, your vision, and your purpose, but in a way that's congruent to your brand and your beliefs, all without losing yourself in the process, all so that you can build better websites, so that you can build or even have a better social media presence, and more importantly, so you're making those better connections so that you have the conversions that you're actually looking for. Because folks, I'm sure you'll agree, if you're the type of person who is sick and tired of throwing a hell of a lot at a virtual wall and wondering why nothing is sticking, just these key things right here in these principles. Now, as soon as you do that, please also let me know how you get on, because I always want to find out and understand and know, right, how has this really helped you? Because that information is very important to me. More important in the fact that I want to understand how you're moving forwards with it, more specifically. So folks, I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you on the other side.